Hey LeakyCon girls! There's 6 days until I leave for LeakyCon and I am seriously dying. I'm so lucky that my mom's come into town today to kind of distract me from the excitement because we'll be running around doing stuff for the next few days because I might literally explode. So this week's theme is what would our wizarding career be? And I've kind of talked about this a lot in my blog, but Astra brought up an interesting point yesterday when she said that she wanted to be an unspeakable, because that was the other career choice that I really seriously considered, because magic fascinates me in that we don't necessarily know all of the limits of it, and I feel like that's kind of what the Unspeakables mainly do. We've seen the Death Room, we've seen the Time Room, we've seen prophecies and things like that that kind of test what we know about magic and push it further. And that would just be fascinating to kind of learn what we can and can't do as witches and wizards. And I would personally want to work in the Death Room because that's just me. Necromancy and the other world or the underworld is fascinating to me. And that may sound really morbid, but it is. I think that's why I always roleplayed a character that was so obsessed with necromancy, which had mainly to do with the loss of her sister, but that's a completely different story. But yeah, the choice that I usually go with when asked what I would want my profession to be would be a wand maker, because that fascinates me too. Wand lore is one of the most interesting parts of the series, I feel like, especially when we're really introduced to it in Deathly Hallows. How and why they choose the wizards, how that relationship works between wand and wizard, the different cores and woods and how they work together, and what your wand really says about you as a person. Because a lot of people aren't aware how much a wand really says about who the character is. And it's just amazing. And I remember last year at Ollivander's in the Wizarding World, I was sitting there like giving people their wands because there were too many people to ask the workers what wand there should be theirs according to their birth month. And I'm just like, you're a willow, you're an oak, you're an ash. And I think the workers got a little bit irritated, but oh well, I mean, people needed help, so I was helping them, and I'm just that big a nerd that I've memorized pretty much the entire Celtic Tree calendar. My thing this week for one of you is a challenge, because I haven't done any challenges yet, and I think it's time since we're going to be at LeakyCon next week, and there's more opportunity for challenge-tasticness. And, so the challenge that I am proposing is to track down at least 3 people dressed up as different characters and take pictures with them and put them in your video. And that's the easiest challenge that you're ever going to get from me, because I'm usually very mean about challenges when I think of them, but I'm like, that'd be awesome and hilarious, and then I'm like, no, I could never do that to a person because then they'll give me a mean challenge that I won't want to do. So that one's really easy, and it goes to Angela. I'll see you guys next week at LeakyCon.